Welcome to Košice, the unsung cultural capital of the East and Slovakia's second largest city. Think medieval swagger, Gothic grandeur, and just enough grit to keep things interesting. Next stop on my tour of Slovakia Untold, I'm in the beautiful Košice. Been waiting ages to come down to the east of Slovakia, and we've got so much planned. We are at the IFF Film Festival. We'll be talking more about that later. We'll be meeting the Deputy Mayor a little bit later, and then tomorrow a whole day or a full day packed with attractions. We are going to go to the church, we are going to go to museums, we're going to see ornaments dedicated to marathons, and we're going to speak about all things Košice. Welcome back to Slovakia Untold, coming to you from Košice. I am in the fabulous building at the Mayor's. All I can say is the Mayor's office. I'm delighted to be joined by the Deputy Mayor, Marcel Giboda. Marcel, I said to you just now, walking around what can be described as history, just how marvellous the history of Košice is. If you could sum up for maybe foreign viewers, maybe people who aren't aware of Košice, in fact there are even people in Bratislava who have never been to Košice, how you sum up the history and the beauty of Košice.
I would use the words of one foreigner who is living for many years in Košice, and he's saying that Košice is one of the last hidden gems of Europe. We are the most complete medieval city, the biggest historical town center that you can visit in the whole Slovakia. We have the easternmost Gothic cathedral that you have in Europe. And not only this old history and also our historical coat of arms as the first legal entity in Europe we got awarded by the king, but also the new history. In 2013 we became European Capital of Culture. Afterwards we became European Capital of Sports, of volunteering, and now we are striving to become European Green Capital. So we are on a trend to become more livable city for the visitors, but also for the citizens.
I have travelled to Košice many times. People who follow me will know that I have the fortune of being married to someone from Košice. I understand lots of refurbishment and infrastructure improvements have been done in the city. I notice it every time I come. There's a big under-21 football match happening tomorrow. Germany are playing France. Well, by the time this goes out, there will be a winner. There's a film festival going on. What are some of the improvements that you've seen over the last few years?
I must say that we focused since 2019 mainly on the sport infrastructure. As was mentioned, thanks to building a new football stadium, we are hosting right now, or one of the hosting cities of European tournament under 21 in football. We were also hosting for two times already ice hockey championships, and in 2029 we will be hosting again. So again, one more reason to come to Košice. And we are also building, and this end of this August we will be opening the National Swimming Center, Olympic Swimming Center. So it will be the only swimming stadium in Slovakia that could be used according to international standards for international competition. So we are hoping that we will attract new venues and new championships to Košice.
What are some things that people might not know about Košice?
It's windy, but it's not only windy. The Mediterranean atmosphere of the city, this is something what people, especially in summer, are describing the main street. When you get to the city center and you already hear the people chatting and chit-chatting on the summer terraces in front of the cafes, it's something unmanageable only in Mediterranean. So we really are lacking the sea, but we have really opened and summer swimming pools, but you can get this atmosphere even in Košice.
And finally, in terms of tourism numbers, we see now, we've had a walk in your beautiful terraces. I know them. I sit there, have coffees every summer. We see the people from what I heard, Spanish people, I heard French people out there, I heard American people out there. I saw Indian people out there. There's a really nice mix, a cosmopolitan mix of tourists that actually come to Košice. What does that look like for you every year?
It's especially thanks to many international students. We have 3 universities, and there are many international students who are attracting their families and friends, but also these international events as this European Championship in football under 21. We've got 2,000 Finns here. You missed them by 2 days, but there were 2,000 Finns in the city, and everybody is saying and praising the city as a safe city, as a very nice city to walk in, to have a close proximity to the city woods, and to be able to be within 1 hour to High Tatras by car or to Tokaj region in 1 hour. So we are really close proximity to other destinations, and thanks to our international airport and ever-growing connections and numbers of visitors, we are growing every year when it comes to tourism.
Marcel Gibola, Deputy Mayor of the city of Košice, it's been an absolute pleasure to have this conversation with you and to have your team help us tour the city tomorrow. And finally, which is better, Bratislava or Košice?
For everybody in Košice, it has to be the Košice.
See, there's no impartiality here in Košice. Secretly, my heart is also here in Košice, but that's for other reasons. Thank you very much. Košice. A little bit naughty. I'm delighted to be joined by Ivana from Visit Košice, and we're walking down the food market and stores. I know it's a little bit late in the day, but tell us a little bit about how many people come and visit this place.
Dominican Square is very popular, mostly for the local people. And during the Saturday, it's the most visited place here in Košice.
Yeah.
Mostly, of course, in the morning. And there are several cafes here, and people are really joining the slow Saturday morning here. But this market is also open from Monday until Saturday, so you can find local producers during the whole week.
And I see that you mentioned the cafes outside. There's a real buzz around Košice that perhaps is unique to Košice in Slovakia. It's the slow mentality, people sitting around in cafes and having fun. It's I would say a little bit more European than the rest of Slovakia, and that's like Madrid or Paris.
Yes, exactly.
It's the outside vibe.
Exactly. This Dominican Square feels like Mediterranean. You feel here like in Italy or in some Balkan countries.
So Visit Košice is the regional tourism authority of Košice. I spoke yesterday with the deputy mayor. Lots of interesting things happening this summer. What is the things that have interested you most in the summer season in Košice? And what should people go and see?
The atmosphere.
Yeah.
I have to say the atmosphere of Košice is very unique.
Yeah.
During the summer months, people are sitting outside. You can enjoy cafe, ice cream. It's very typical for Košice to eat ice cream on the main street, to enjoy some beer or wine here in Košice.
In terms of culture, what events are happening this summer?
In the summer, we have a very big event during July and August. It's the Summer in Kultur Park.
Yeah.
It's a very unique cultural institution. And there are a lot of events going on there, mostly concerts in the evening.
Anyone that we should think of? Anyone famous coming to Košice?
I have to say there are people from Slovakia, famous Slovakian people coming.
Rytmus? No?
He was here in May.
He was here in May.
Yes, yes.
That's the extent of my knowledge of. I only know Rytmus, Kali, Sepa.
Yeah, Zuzana Smatanova.
Oh yes, I know Zuzana Smatanova.
Jana Kirchner was here last year.
I'm just going to say yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go now, we'll wander, and then we'll have a chat about the history a little bit later.
Okay.
St. Elisabeth Cathedral is one of the most prominent monuments that Košice can boast. Ivana from Visit Košice is not going to give us a complete rundown of the history of this fabulous edifice, but maybe a little snapshot of what goes on behind there.
Yes, St. Elisabeth Cathedral, as you said, is a Gothic cathedral. It's the most eastern Gothic cathedral in Europe and the biggest Gothic church in Slovakia.
So you hear that? So it's the biggest Gothic church in Slovakia. If I'm not mistaken, roots go back to the 13th century. It was then amended, or it was refurbished in the 16th century, and is one of the most historical landmarks in Eastern Europe and of course in Eastern Slovakia. So just marvel at the beauty. We were going to go upstairs and climb all those steps and make sure we got some exercise. But we decided against it because it's just a little bit too hot, but definitely worth visiting. A must-see monument in Košice when you're here. So now we are underground in the medieval site. I'm glad we could both fit through there. Just before lunch. We are under the medieval, this is the archaeological site, and Košice was originally a medieval stronghold. So we are underground, and this is what the original foundations of Košice were built on.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, you were saying.
It's hard to explain, yeah, because they are just walls. But here in the museum you can also see the signs, and you can see you can read what you see.
So this was a moat before.
Yes, yeah, exactly. This was the entrance to the city. It was rebuilt and it was more and more bigger because of the wars which was going around the city. This area was found in the 1997 when the reconstruction of the city center.
So a relatively new find.
Yes.
So that's roughly 30 years ago, 28 years ago that this was discovered. Was it by accident or was it really?
It was by accident.
And who found it?
They were doing reconstructions in the city center.
Municipal reconstruction.
Yes, exactly. And suddenly they asked archaeologists to come here because they found something interesting. And suddenly they opened a really huge.
And how old is something? This is 14th century.
These are parts of the cathedral.
Okay.
When the cathedral was reconstructed in the late 19th century, so they changed some of the parts of the cathedral, and they are the former ones.
Amazing. History is at the very core, at the very basis of Košice's identity, and nothing is more emblematic than the coat of arms. And this is the coat of arms of Košice, and it's significant. Why?
It's significant because it's the first coat of arms in Europe which was given to the city. It's not London, it's not Madrid, it's not Prague, but it's Košice. And what is very important, we also got a document, a list, which was signed by a king, that the coat of arms was given to Košice.
So heraldry at the forefront, still all those years later. As you can see, it says 1502, so we're nearly 500 years or 525 years later. This coat of arms resonates in 2025. History, as I mentioned, at the forefront of Slovakia's cultural identity. At the forefront of Košice's cultural identity.
Absolutely, visit Slovakia.
Slovakia Untold is brought to you by Zulf Hayat Khan.